like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our love tonight. 'Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a movie, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. Quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
How y'all doing tonight?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Crowded rooms, dark hair falling over your eyes. Laugh lines drawn in crooked moves. You're every place I wanna hide. Bare feet on a kitchen chair, stealing my jacket, stay in the night. You laugh and the walls go bare, every shadow steps into the light. You're my gypsy soda hiding, my free spirit, wild and quiet. Haunted like a dream I don't wake from, dark-haired beauty, you make me smile. You make me smile. You're a comfortable place to hide. You read my scars like tarot cards, say, babe, you're not cursed, just hide. Tracing my fears on my forearm, turning every bruise into a quiet. You hum old songs I never knew, voice like smoke on winter glass. I lose my name just watching you. I lose my past, I lose my past. You're my gypsy soda hiding, my free spirit, wild and like a dream I don't wake from. Dark-haired beauty, you make me smile. You make me smile. You're a comfortable place to hide. If the world comes crashing in, we'll light a candle in the sink. You'll say, stay here under my skin, and I'll believe every word you breathe. You're my gypsy soul to hide in, my free spirit, wild and quiet, haunted like a dream I don't wake from. Dark-haired beauty, you make me smile. You make me smile. You're a comfortable place to hide. You're a comfortable place to hide.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you're having a awesome afternoon.
You move like smoke through crowded rooms.
We don't want that to play again. Y'all are having an awesome day. They're calling for more snow here. Can y'all believe that? Unbelievable. So I'm gonna cover some stuff with y'all. That's Magna making coffee.
I wanted the word cuppa as a
Organizing search for Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother continues as police say they're looking into the authenticity of an apparent ransom note for Nancy, originally sent to a local news station. CBS News has not reviewed it, but the FBI is currently analyzing it and trying to determine its authenticity. Authorities believe Nancy Guthrie was abducted from her home late Saturday or early Sunday. A little bit of blood was found inside her Tucson home. A law enforcement source familiar with the case told CBS News. And what appeared to be a small amount of dried blood was seen next to a doormat outside the front door of the home Tuesday. CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez is following the latest from Tucson.
If they are able to verify this ransom note, it will be a key piece of evidence. But right now, investigators are being very careful about what they say publicly. The Pima County Sheriff posted on social media this morning that they have not identified a suspect or a person of interest, and detectives are still working to verify who may have had any contact with Nancy Guthrie before she disappeared. What they're emphasizing at this point is accuracy. Investigators say they're working closely with the Guthrie family, and they're urging the public not to spread unverified claims or speculation online, warning that false information can actually slow this investigation down. As for the note itself, law enforcement.
Okay, now the reason why they're saying that, it's my understanding that prematurely Ashley Bainfield came out and said that the person of interest is the son-in-law to Nancy, which would be Savannah's brother-in-law. They have searched their home and seized their car.
Confirms it has been analyzed by both detectives and the FBI. They won't discuss its demands or how it was delivered, but they say it's being treated as potential evidence, not as a distraction. Detectives with the Pima County Sheriff's Office are urging residents to recheck doorbell and home security cameras from the overnight hours when they believe Nancy Guthrie was taken. Some of that video may have actually been automatically deleted, so investigators are running out trying to recover it using forensic tools. The president said yesterday at the White House that he is ready to help out in any way. Some of that federal assistance already on the ground. The FBI is assisting with digital analysis, including phone data, online activity, and the ransom note itself, because again, every credible threat is being treated as urgent. Now back to you.
Andres Gutierrez, thank you. Anna Schechter joins us now. She's the head of our crime and policing unit.
Okay, let's see. Am I still on YouTube here? I want to watch this for just a second.
Ashley Banfield, who hosts her own podcast called Drop Dead Serious, is breaking exclusives on this case like nobody's business. And yesterday, she had quite a doozy. I'm going to bring her on. She's going to explain what she learned, but she reported exclusively that they actually do have a potential suspect in the case. And the identity is rather shocking. I'm going to bring her in now. Ashley Banfield, thank you so much for joining us. So tell us what you say, very reliable law enforcement source told you about a possible suspect in the case.
Sure. So after almost 4 decades in this business, I've collected a few friends at the FBI and in local law enforcement all over the country. And the source that I have is impeccable. And he said that not only were the cameras smashed, plural cameras smashed, so that the suspect likely knew about the locations of them, but that the car belonging to the sister of Savannah Guthrie, Annie Guthrie, was towed, impounded, and taken into evidence. And this is the wording. It's very important. The wording is very important. He said they now believe the son-in-law may be the prime suspect. Those are the words. Son-in-law may be the prime suspect at this point. And I'm very mindful. I covered the Elizabeth Smart case. I was out in Salt Lake City for 5 weeks while Elizabeth Smart had vanished. And I recall specifically a lot of language saying Ed Smart is likely the prime suspect here. And so you got to be really mindful that, as you know, Megan, you're a lawyer. Police investigations start in the middle of the circle and they go out in concentric circles in terms of investigating family members, right? You start in the middle of the family, you investigate out from there. Then you go to contractors and friends and workers and everybody else who's had some contact. And then there's the randoms. So it is not surprising that someone in the family is being looked at. That language to me was pretty strident, though.
It's surprising to me because there was forced entry. And from the beginning, I thought, well, they must have ruled out the family pretty quickly if this is a case of forced entry, because
Okay, I was just giving you the little rundown of her defending herself as to why she chose to divulge that information. If you want to continue this episode, it's the Megyn Kelly Show from today. It just aired 2 hours ago. I will drop the link here. And then, let's see right here. Just different various news outlets.
The video is too quiet.
On the ground as FBI agents arrive at the home of Savannah's sister.
This is
Annie.
extra.
They remain silent, but today the sheriff is blasting multiple rumors and unverified reports about just what happened to Savannah Guthrie's mom and the possibility authorities may have identified a prime suspect. The sharing of unverified accusations or false information is irresponsible and does not assist the investigation. The sheriff's department insisted to extra today. And as those rumors rocketed around the web, the department told us no suspect or person of interest has been identified at this time. Nancy's daughter, Annie, and son-in-law, Tommaso Cioni, were just spotted for the first time since Nancy went missing. The sheriff tells the New York Times Tommaso dropped Nancy off at her home after dinner Saturday and made sure she made it safely inside before leaving. The mystery surrounding the circumstances of her disappearance sometime between Saturday night and Sunday morning is deepening.
Nancy, a white female, 84 years of age.
This is so horrifying if you have an elderly
Extra
adult
with the
that lives
dispatch
far away
audio
from
making
you.
it clear that authorities knew from the very beginning her life could be in danger.
Nancy has high blood pressure, pacemaker, and cardiac
I didn't
issues.
understand why
And now,
the
this.
reward is so small.
Blood found outside Nancy's front door. The Ring camera missing from its mount.
You can see right there, see the blood.
News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton taking this video.
The crime scene was cleared and we were able to walk up to the front door and see the blood. We don't know how long the blood was there, but what was interesting to me is it didn't spread out into the driveway. It was just near the front door, which made me wonder if it was Nancy bleeding when she was taken from the house. Did they put her right into a car right there? There's only a couple of ways in and out of the neighborhood. It's kind of twisty and windy getting around. A lot of the locals believe this had to be someone who knew the area.
But what about the blood?
I think it probably indicates either a blitz attack or that she decided that she was going to fight.
Jim Clemente is a retired FBI profiler and talked about who authorities would typically look at in a crime like this.
In a number of these cases, we'll
The
see
family
workers
right
who come
away.
to the home who, because of that access, know that she lives there alone and she would be vulnerable. That's one category. The other category is other people that are known to her that have a different motive. And it could be money, revenge, personal ideology in this case, because we just don't have enough information. But I would say that the risk that this offender took was extremely high. So the motivation must have been very strong. I'm sure that the FBI has basically brought in Rapid Start, which is a computer program that handles multiple leads and makes sure that everything is coordinated. And all the forensic capabilities of the FBI, I'm sure, are being tasked right now.
We do know Savannah will stay in Arizona and not travel to Italy for the Olympics. Only days ago, she told us she was looking forward to Milan.
I know it's a cliche, but I really do love the figure skating.
Her NBC Sports co-host Mike Tirico speaking out to talk sport.
We're just heartbroken and devastated and praying for Savannah and her entire family through this difficult time.
A sentiment shared in Nancy's Tucson neighborhood.
Very strange. Now let's go to this.
Breaking news, former First Lady Jill Biden's ex-husband has been charged with the murder of his wife. Here's a post here from our very own Josh Breslow as we are learning more about this. A woman died after a domestic dispute call in New Castle County this past December, and now her husband is facing charges for her killing. This is all happening in Delaware. William Stevenson, 77 years old, is charged with first-degree murder in the death of his 64-year-old wife, Linda Stevenson, after a weeks-long investigation. Linda was found unresponsive on the living room floor after officers responded to a home there on Idlewood Road for a domestic dispute call back in December 28th of 2025. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, on Monday, Williams was taken into custody at the same home. He was committed to the Howard Young Correctional Institution after failing to post $500,000 cash bail. We also do know TMZ reports that William Stevenson, Linda's husband, was previously married to the former First Lady Jill Biden, as we have been sharing here with you. He also opened a popular college bar near the University of Delaware called the Stone Balloon. But what we don't know right now is the cause and manner of Linda's death have yet to be released. So this is all just coming in here from our Fox team. And we did want to share it here with you as this is developing. Once again, former First Lady Jill Biden's ex-husband charged with the murder of his wife. We will continue to follow this here on Live.
Well, the ex-husband of former First Lady Jill Biden has been arrested for allegedly murdering his wife. Investigators believe William Stevenson killed his wife, Linda, after a call to police about a domestic dispute in December. Officers responding to the call found her on the living room floor where she was pronounced dead at the scene. NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach joins us now. Gary, Stevenson was taken into custody just yesterday. He is now in jail after failing to post the $500,000 cash bail. What else are we learning? Why did it take authorities so long to make this arrest?
That's one of the big questions we don't actually really have answered yet. Linda Stevenson was found dead on December 28th, and just yesterday, William Stevenson, her husband, was indicted by a New Castle County grand jury on first-degree murder. Now, the way indictments work in local criminal court in Delaware, it's a one-page indictment. All it says is that he has been indicted of that charge. There's no further detail on exactly how the grand jury came to that conclusion. As you say, he does remain behind bars because he was unable to pay a $500,000 bail to get out.
Gary, what more can you tell us about Stevenson's relationship with the former president and first lady? How long were they married? When did they divorce?
Yeah, so Jill Tracy at the time was married to Bill Stevenson for 5 years. They got married in February of 1970 and divorced officially in 1975. And it was during that time where Jill Biden was a student at the University of Delaware. William Stevenson was the owner of this place called the Stone Balloon Club, which is one of the biggest, at the time, one of the biggest music clubs in the country near a college campus. The likes of Bruce Springsteen, the Allman Brothers, Dave Matthews Band all performed there. Jill Biden, when they got divorced, did try to maintain her half share in that ballroom, but was denied. It's unclear what their relationship has been in the past 45 years or so since they got divorced.
All right, Gary Grumbach, we appreciate it. Thanks, Gary.
Biden's first husband has been charged with murdering his second wife. Authorities in Delaware announced the first-degree murder charge against, his name is William Stevenson. They announced the charges yesterday. He and the former First Lady divorced more than 50 years ago. The Biden family has not commented on this case. Jerika Duncan has more.
After a month-long investigation, police arrested 77-year-old William Stevenson, the ex-husband of former First Lady Jill Biden. Stevenson is charged with murdering his 64-year-old second wife, Linda, in their home. According to a statement from Newcastle County Police, officers were called to the residence on December 28th after a reported domestic dispute. In the living room, they found Linda's unresponsive body. She was later pronounced dead. A cause of death has not been released. Patty Master lives across the street from the Stevensons.
She was just as nice as can be, and he was too, Bill.
Before his relationship with Linda, Stevenson was married to Jill Biden, then known as Jill Jacobs, in 1970. They divorced 5 years later. Jill then married Joe Biden in 1977. In her memoir, Biden described the divorce as the biggest disappointment of her life at that time, writing, quote, "I truly believe we were destined for each other. Looking back, it may seem like a mistake of youth." Stevenson later became a critic of the Biden administration and his former wife.
And I am telling you, the young lady, Dr. Jill Biden, that I see on stage, is somebody that I really don't even recognize anymore.
He remarried about a decade after the divorce. The Stevensons spoke to Inside Edition in 2020 about the day they met.
She was sitting across the bar with a common friend, and I said, "Is that Linda?" And he said, "Yes." And from that day on, we've never been apart.
Wow. Quite a romantic, this guy.
Yeah.
Seems like, right?
Yes.
He was persistent.
Yes, very.
Stevenson is being held on a $500,000 bail. For CBS Mornings, I'm Jerika Duncan.
Taxes was chasing updates.
Where did it go? I was just getting ready to play. Right here.
I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is criminal defense attorney Joseph Tully. Joseph, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, Brittany. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm grateful for you joining me today because I hope you can provide some legal perspective on this reversal we've seen from a former president and his wife. Former President Bill Clinton, as well as former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, have now agreed to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee as the panel continues its investigation into disgraced sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This comes after a handful of Democrats joined Republicans last month on the Oversight Committee to vote in favor of holding both Clintons in contempt of Congress over their refusal to comply with a subpoena to testify in front of the committee about their relationship with the disgraced financier. So to start off the conversation, what are your thoughts on their reversal here?
I thought it was wise for them to do this reversal. What their lawyers had been arguing previously, it didn't have a lot of legal merit. They had some complaints. We feel that you're doing this unfairly. We feel that this is a fishing expedition. We feel like our clients are being unfairly targeted, but they weren't giving legal reasons. Here's why your subpoena is invalid. Here's why your subpoena has no legal effect. And so because subpoenas are legally enforceable, Congress basically didn't blink. And despite the Clintons' lawyers doing some very good negotiations and kind of doing their best to delay things and extend things, this has been going on basically since October. The committee subpoenaed the Clintons in late summer, and there's been 4 previously missed depositions. So basically, time ran out for the.
Enough of that. Let's hear this. See if I'm back.
Too quiet. Turn your sound from 100%.
What's true exactly, but I think some of it is, and he needs to answer the question.
But I think what you're referring to, and I think this is really interesting, is that my recollection from reading it was that Epstein wrote an email to himself, basically laying out things Bill Gates had done, and the takeaway is that he would use that to blackmail Bill Gates.
And it's written like he's writing it to Bill. We don't know if he ever actually sent it to Bill.
But it's also so self-serving. I mean, some of the stuff is just implausible that's in there, so you don't know what to believe. I mean, there's a general, we sort of know who Bill Gates was at the time. He was married. We know that he philandered. He's admitted to it.
He's admitted that, yeah.
So, but we don't know what to believe exactly, but nor does she. And I think she's saying like, all right, Bill, time to answer.
So Bill Gates responded to his name being mentioned in the files and essentially said that
it's all nonsense.
It's all nonsense.
Yeah.
That he wasn't as close
doing the
things that
Epstein is insinuating or even saying in that email.
That's right.
Hi, my name is Alicia. I am
What are you, class predator?
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm the lowest. I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
Is your money dirty money?
If you live.
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact.
Why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it.
But you earned it. We went back to this before. You earned it. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no question. Because I think ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people.
You're a mathematician. We walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Was tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm the lowest. I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them.
Your perfect domain is out.
Stuff. Let's give some basics or some things.
I've never heard him speak.
Walk me through the Santa Fe Institute. What was it about the time of the math? And this was in the late 90s. So they're not going to hear me on this part, right? We're going to do it both ways?
It will not be on the video, but we do have you recorded.
Fine. Remember, when you're answering on these questions, I'm not in the shot, and they're never going to hear my voice. So a little bit, you got to repeat in your answer, you got to repeat what my question was.
Oh,
a little bit.
Okay.
Santa Fe Institute. Why, when you're at the top of your game on Wall Street, do you decide to finance, which was at the time, or endow, or become the donor or sponsor, however you want to say it, for what was considered the most cutting edge group of mathematicians in the world? Action.
So Santa Fe Institute in the late 80s, early 90s, I was interested, I was on the board of Rockefeller. So that starts, Rockefeller University, formed by John D. Rockefeller to sort of give back to the community. It's east side of Manhattan, except it was old. It was sort of old fashioned. They were talking about medicine, and medicine by itself was again subject to the ideas of science. They were trying to use science to find cures for disease. And I said, no, we need to do something different. We need to start interdisciplinary work.
How did a schmuck like you get on the board of Rockefeller? What year was that?
I don't remember. I think 89 and 91.
So that's one of the most prestigious research places in the world, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How did a guy like you get on the board of a blue blood, internationally known, hard research, Nobel Prize winners all over the place? How do they pick a guy like you, a trader from, or basically some guy from Bear Stearns?
Good question. So I was asked to be on the board of Rockefeller, and I think I was on the board of Rockefeller. There was a money manager who said Rockefeller needs someone with financial expertise because the university is growing and there's lots of new things. You have to, again, we go back to the original discussion the last time.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Friday's the deadline for the Department of Justice to release its investigative files into the dead financier and serial sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. The deadline was set with the passage of the Epstein Transparency Act last month. One of the questions that's remained largely unanswered until now is, how did Jeffrey Epstein become so extravagantly wealthy?
I'm gonna put that one off till tomorrow. I'm not ready to go through all that yet.
The frantic search for Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie's mother continues in Tucson, Arizona this morning. And now the sheriff's department tells CBS News that it is investigating a possible ransom note along with other leads. Authorities say they believe the 84-year-old was abducted from her home sometime late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. CBS News' Jared Hill has more.
We don't know where she is. Critical questions as the search for Nancy Guthrie, mom of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, stretches into a fourth day.
We do believe that Nancy was taken from her home against her will
Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos confirms to CBS News an apparent ransom note sent to a local TV station is now a part of the investigation. In it, specific details about the 84-year-old's home and what she was wearing the night she went missing, but he would not confirm its authenticity.
It's like any piece of evidence. You give it to us. You give us a lead. We're going to look at every aspect of that lead and work it as a lead.
TMZ says it also received a note demanding millions of dollars in Bitcoin, forwarding it to the sheriff. This as CBS News cameras captured what appears to be a small amount of blood outside of Nancy Guthrie's house. Nanos says a little bit of blood was found inside the home as well.
We've submitted all kinds of samples for DNA, and we've gotten some back, but nothing to indicate any suspects.
The FBI is assisting conducting interviews and analyzing local cell phone data. The agency also asking for the public's help.
Every lead and tip is important. We are aggressively pursuing and looking into every single one.
As the search continues, the sheriff says he does not believe the broader community is in danger. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department and the FBI have set up tip lines.
I have to acknowledge the elephant in the room at this moment. Your ex-husband, Bill, is named in the newest tranche of Epstein files.
Yep.
And there are a new alleged details about his past behavior. And I want to give you the opportunity to respond in whatever way you want to.
Well, let me say this. I think we're having a reckoning as a society, right? No girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him. No girl. I mean, it's beyond heartbreaking, right? I remember being those ages those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages, right? So for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up.
You know, and he just donated a bunch of money to measles. And who's had measles in forever? And what happens? Measles outbreaks all over the U.S. Isn't that coincidental? I want to show you one more thing, and then I'm going to go drink my coffee with my husband. Where did it go? The suspected biolab in Las Vegas tied to the 2023 California case. "2023 illegal biolaboratory probe in Central California. A SWAT team with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department assisted the Federal Bureau of Investigation with serving a search warrant at a residence in Northeast Las Vegas on Saturday, January 31st. During the search, police said investigators discovered evidence of possible biological material to include refrigerators with vials containing unknown liquids. Suspect Ori Solomon, 55, was arrested in connection with the Las Vegas investigation and booked into the Clark County Detention Center for disposing of and discharging hazardous waste. Solomon was the property manager for the Las Vegas residence. Laboratory type equipment and containers found in the garage. That's called biochemical warfare. In the California case, investigators reportedly discovered materials possibly associated with infectious diseases, to include hepatitis, COVID-19, HIV, malaria, and potentially dangerous pathogens. So I guess it wasn't a conspiracy theory. All right, then. I guess if nobody wants to come up and chat with me, I'm going to go drink my coffee. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later.
Tells the wind all her secrets. They blow out to sea, wash up on beaches. Then the water knows her truths. And when the moon lights up her face, her freckles mirror the stars in space. And she knows where she came from. Bravely climbs her greatest mountains, walks 1,000 miles, but who's counting? Then one day she sees how far she's come. She knows she's never alone, for in her body she's found home, and the freedom is so sweet. Got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls in love with love. She sees the world from above, and this moment is the only time she knows. She leaves away footprints. She finds stillness in the movement and peace from the pain. For each wound is a teacher. She finds strength in what she thought would beat her, but no scar is left in vain. She sees the truth behind the lies. Fear wears such a great disguise, but it is love that wins the game. So she bets it all for love, doubles her fortune, buys a new pair of gloves, so she can sleep under the stars. She's got a gypsy soul that was meant to roam, and she follows where it tells her to go. She falls